that is a really good tee shot right there, Frank.
I think that tipped the 300-yard mark.
This will require a good one. This is a 190-yard second shot. Good-looking shot right here. Had a birdie here yesterday in their close. Great opportunity for another one. Really not much to this. The only issue would be a lack of concentration or focus. Racking them and stacking them. That's 12 under par now for the tournament. Now on the tee at the par 3 second, it's a long one. This will require a pure strike. Headed for the bunker. And the tee shot ends up in the bunker. All right, so greenside bunker. What's he looking to do with this shot, Frank?
Well, really you have to look at the amount of green you got to play with. You don't have to try and fly the ball right by the flag. Allow it to run. Plus, if you can get it to run like a putt, you never know. It might just go in.
Frank, golf may be the best sport to follow from this standpoint. You can get closer to the great athlete in golf than you can in any other sport. You could stand 5 feet from Tiger Woods at a tee box as he's getting ready to drive. I mean, that's really unusual in sports.
Yeah, it's a different type of spectator sport, especially if you follow your favorite player all the way around the golf course. Because it's not like waiting for your favorite hitter in a baseball game. You know, you've got to wait several innings. You can literally see him hit every single shot, drive through to putt.
Pretty good drive here.
Another straight one.
Wow, that is a monster drive down there, about 315 yards. Nice position, short grass, second shot. Crucial eagle attempt on the way. Frank, I'm not saying he should pull out driver here, but this is a long putt.
Greens are fast, though. You never know. Good line, good pace. Might have a chance.
This one's tracking. Wow, I can't believe he found the cup on that one.
Clean up on aisle 5.
Frank, I like the mix of holes as we start out here at Lighthouse Point. Tough par 4, then a par 3, and now a scoring opportunity with a par 5 at the third.
Scoring opportunity with a good drive. Very thin fairway here, Rich. This hole is built for accuracy, and players off the tee, they're going to have to try and hit this fairway. Long fairway bunker runs almost the entire length of this hole, and it could act actually as a little helper, stop you going down by the cliff, because anything left, obviously, on that cliff line will go all the way down to the ocean.
Frank, really good chance from this position to make a birdie.
Yeah, really the only thing he's looking at right now is the flag. This is a green light special.
Another good swing, and it looks like, Frank, another really good shot. Didn't knock down the flagstick, but he still has a chance.
21 steps, or should I say feet.
Getting set now over the putt. You couldn't ask for much more than that, except to make it. Par bid here. Frank, a par here, that's just fun. Fifth hole now at Lighthouse Point. Frank, it's a beefy par 4.
Another hole without any fairway bunkers off the tee, but really the main defense here at the cliffs is the elements. Find the fairway, and you'll also be hitting to a green which is protected by a little bunker to the right side of that, and short. So precision, once again, required here.
He moved that one out there, but he is not going to like the lie.
That moved down in the rough.
Well, certainly playable from here. Ball is in the first cut. Not too bad. Frank, this one's not looking good.
Yeah, certainly not down the fairway line, heading toward the rough.
Frank, better than we thought it was going to be.
Yeah, that looked like it was headed for that thick stuff the whole way, but a little fortunate. But then I guess you're allowed that in this game. It's no snack, though.
Putting on a show, this tournament moves to 15 under par. Moving on to hole number 6, par 3 of 198 yards. 180 yards to the flagstick. Frank, this is just a pleasure to watch. A player hitting on all cylinders at the top of his game.
Notice it's just flowing too. There's not a lot of deep analysis going through his mind. Just one step in front of the other. If your swing's there, you don't have to find it. If your putting stroke's there, you don't have to find it. Just let it happen.
Birdie try up next. Frank, this would be a nice way to jumpstart the round.
Yeah, his momentum can quickly go in the right direction if he makes this.
Chance, and he has it. Beautiful putt. Now to the 7th hole here at Lighthouse Point. Frank, we all love the shorter par 4s.
There's so many decisions to be made here at 7. If you look at the scorecard, it's not very long, but when you start to flash your driver down that right side, you'll notice that fairway gets very narrow. So the decision is really that's the prudent play or not. From there, it's just a short iron in, and you should be looking at birdie. I'm loving that balance.
Paying attention like a little kid at school, Frank. That baby's sitting up.
Sitting up. It's got the best view as well. You don't even need binoculars from where that ball is.
Second shot. Good look at the green. Frank, you played in conditions all over the world. Here come the winds now. What's the mindset?
Well, this is really what separates the men from the boys. This is where you've got to tell yourself, and it's an advantage to you. Obviously, the scores will go up a little bit, given the conditions. But once again, this is going to suit the stronger player today.
You like the old phrase, swing easy when it's breezy?
Definitely when you're hitting it into a head breeze. But down breeze, tee it up a little bit, try and ride that wind some more.
Well, this is a player's nightmare. Still in the bunker.
He's starting to fill up his shoes with sand.
And that one into the bunker.
Again, I don't know how much sand those shoes are going to hold, but we're going to find out.
And what a great bunker shot. Frank, best bunker players that you've ever seen.
Most of them South African. Gary Player, Ernie else, David Frost. Just have a great feel. A little bit like what we just saw there.
That hole certainly got the best of him. Triple bogey. Now another par 3. We're at the 8th. Frank, it's only 165 yards.
It is, but when you look at the green, you can see how narrow it is. Actually, the green is nearly a figure 8, so it's obviously the right number hole. Bunker's sort of short leftish and that little pocket area on the right, so it'll punish anything left or right, even though the hole's just at meager yardage.
Good, clean contact and a nice result. And a chance for birdie coming up. Little redemption chance here. Had bogey yesterday. Once considered the best player at the college level, our featured golfer makes birdie, sitting comfortably inside the cut line. We move to the 9th hole, and we begin to go inland, Frank. I'll miss some of the views along the ocean. I won't miss the nerves with the potential of a golf ball sailing off into the Atlantic Ocean. That said, par 5, you think about a scoring opportunity, but then I look at the scorecard, and it says this is the number 6 handicap hole. That's pretty tough.
It is, and the reason why is there's trouble both sides of this fairway, and that's normally sand and cliffs, and the designer's really thrown the boat out, excuse the pun. We are on the coastline here. This whole dog legs to the left, and ideally you just sort of like to go fairway, fairway pitch. That's the prudent way to play the hole, but of course everybody likes to chance the driver and reach the par 5 and 2. Miss, pay the price. Second shot.
Frank, this is a position where a player is absolutely licking his chops here. Good chance to make a birdie.
Yeah, this is when this game just looks like fun. Bunkers don't seem to be in play. The only thing you're really looking at right now is just the flag.
Get down. Look out.
It's over. The green.
Just averted danger right there. So close.
Why does he have all the luck?
Just needs to keep it steady here over the putt. Missed on that one, Frank.
Yeah, not a problem.
Just a couple of feet. Nothing wrong with that par putt. So 9 holes down here at the Cliffs at Lighthouse Point. Rich Lerner alongside Frank Nobilo. Checking out this 10th hole, Frank. Is this a typo? 592 yards, but it's a par 4, not a par 5. What gives?
The reason why that tee shot, severe elevation, so we can at least sort of chew 30 or 40 yards off that number. But I'm not saying this hole's short, that's for sure. So that bunker just at the start of the fairway on the left certainly comes into play. The other feature, or interesting feature here at 10, is the shared green. This green shares that little piece of property with 13, just divided by that little pot bunker in the middle.
Sitting up in the fairway now, 180 yards away. This one's looking good. Early part of this second 9 with good approach shot. Now, pretty good chance for birdie. Par yesterday. Now for birdie. Frank, this is a player in full flight right now.
It looks too easy right now.
Now we go to the 11th hole, and this is a par 5, but it's actually shorter than the par 4 10. This one comes in at 530 yards, and more evidence of the kind of creativity by the award-winning design team of Patel and Duncan.
Well, that's right. Patel really is known to be the shaper. He's the one that makes all those interesting shapes of the bunkers. For example, here, nipping it in the fairway, making driver almost too much club, or very, very risky, plus the front bunker there. Now, this is a great par 5. The reason why, it's reachable, it's tempting, but you don't know what you're going to finish up shooting on it.
Ends up in the first cut, and he'll have a pretty good look at the hole location from here.
Oh, solid strike right in the heart of the green.
Had a birdie here yesterday, in there close. Great opportunity for another one. Been pretty good all day from this distance, just trying to take care of business. Just an amazing display. The records continue to fall. Hole now, and Frank, the long hitters could have an advantage here.
If they want to take a very dangerous line over that left side, this is really where the shot maker has the advantage. That hole bending completely to the left. You'd like to hit a draw there, so use those bunkers down the through side of the fairway, and then just sort of shape that ball towards the green. Interesting shaped green, really 3 different sections to this, and of course 3 bunkers, each protecting a different portion. Oh, that's off the beaten track. That's got 5 minutes to find it.
Second shot coming out of the rough here. So from the rough back to the fairway, that's the right way to go.
Yeah, didn't take the bait, and at least now he's only going to play the price of a poor tee shot. Still got a good chance, though, getting away with par.
Frank, you like his chances to walk away with a par here?
Well, with a good shot, Rich, yeah, that's certainly on the cards in that. And you think you just write a par down at the end of the hole, don't tell anyone about it. It certainly won't affect the scorecard at the end of the day. So that's the goal right here.
I think this one looks like it might have a postage stamp on it. Airmail City.
Yeah, lick it, send it. Well, that was almost like that's what he wanted to do, but why would you want it to run over the back?
In the green side bunker, Frank, little bit of a problem. Great shot coming out of that bunker right there.
Showing some skills today.
Not a gimme, but well within his range. Tough game, Frank. You can hit 300-yard drives and miss 3-foot putts.
Yeah, there's the ecstasy, and that's the agony.
This for double bogey.
Well, even with making a mess of that hole, I really don't think it's going to make a difference to the outcome of the event.
On to the 13th, and Frank, I love golf courses where you run into something you've never seen before. I have never played a par 5 of 700 or more yards. Here it is. That's a good spot right there.
Center cut.
That ball's run out certainly over 300 yards, Frank. Call it about 310. Second shot coming up here at the par 5. He makes a great pass at the golf ball. It's powerful, but it's rhythmic at the same time. Frank, on an uphill shot like this one, did you do anything differently in terms of your setup over the ball?
Yeah, I made sure the ball wasn't too far forward because on an uphill shot, there's always a struggle to get all your weight going forward.
This is a good-looking shot. That's well played. Now a good look at birdie. Locked in on the read and the speed. He'd settle for par here. That is a solid par putt. Par 3 14th, headed over Lake Zimmer. Old man Zimmer was a legend in these parts here in Maine at Lighthouse Point. All you want here, Frank, at 240 yards.
This one's going left, Rich.
He's not knocking down the flagstick here, but it looks as though it will find the green. Chance for birdie after that beautiful shot. Birdie here yesterday. This putt again for birdie. Wow, that was so close, Frank.
Just time to forget that one. I mean, he couldn't hit that much better.
And this will be a 5-foot putt here. Doing what needs to be done. You need to make them from that distance. 15th hole, and Frank, a return to sanity. 387 yards, par 4.
Yeah, second easiest hole on the golf course. Bends a little to the left. Just avoid the sand left and that little pot bunker on the right. And you should be set up with a relatively short iron in to a green that really the only problem is if you go long.
Paying attention like a little kid at school, Frank. That baby's sitting up.
Sitting up. It's got the best view as well. You don't even need binoculars from where that ball is.
Frank, straight uphill with this approach shot, what do you have to factor in terms of club selection and setup over the ball?
We're going to have to take at least an extra club to make up for that added elevation. And also it's tougher to get onto that front foot.
Well, Frank, obviously way too much club there.
You got to think something like that, or at least misread the wind. This is never going to sit down. And an awkward little bunker shot. Just splash it out, let the ball run towards the flag.
And it is in.
Amazing. Amazing.
The round continues at Lighthouse Point. Frank, the 15th hole is a par 4, only 387 yards. Frank, this game, you know full well, is not just about the good, hard strikes. Sometimes you have to control your golf ball, and he doesn't quite seem to be able to do that yet.
Yeah, distance control is a skill. No two ways about it. Know how far you hit each club.
Frank, what's the best way to get at the golf ball when it's sitting down just a bit in the rough?
You have to accept the fact, first and foremost, that you're not going to get clean contacts. You have to decide whether the ball's going to come out short or it's going to fly. Because very rarely will it come out the normal distance of what you hit on the fairway. So if it's a little thin and wispy, chances are it might fly. If it's nestled down, you're going to have to take at least another club.
Wow, he got robbed, Frank.
No, it's like kissing your mother-in-law.
So just a formality here. Bad news is, Frank, that's a bogey, but the good news, still has the lead.
Can't afford another, though.
Now at the 17th, and Frank a chance to make a birdie. Who knows, with a couple of huge pokes, you could make eagle 3. This is a pretty stout hole at a little bit more than 600 yards.
It is, especially if that breeze comes off the water into your face. But normally you're protected here because the hills on the left will block that breeze. Bunkers all the way down the right side, you can see that. But yeah, you're right, 2 big hits, and you might just reach this par 5 and 2. Birdie, perhaps even eagle on a good day.
He has given this one the full treatment. Perfect release through the ball. This shot is on the fairway, over 300 yards. Excellent looking shot here.
That's an absolute beauty.
Ready for his 3rd shot. Needs to hit this close. This one looks like it's headed right for the middle of the dance floor, Frank.
Rather nice shot, I would say.
That's good stuff right there. Wonderful approach, and now a really good look at birdie. Par yesterday, now for birdie. Continues to amaze, yet another birdie, And what a day it's been. Frank, as we arrive here at 18, I'm thinking about what we so often hear up here in New England. You can't get there from here, or can you at this par 4 finishing hole? Always makes the hole easier, playing it from the fairway. Frank, this is a position where a player is absolutely licking his chops here. Good chance to make a birdie.
Yeah, this is when this game just looks like fun. Bunkers don't seem to be in play. The only thing you're really looking at right now is just the flag.
Appears to be a smart shot, Frank.
Yeah, no problem here. That's going to fly all the way.
Really good distance control there, playing well to his strengths. You don't want to let this one get away. This is about concentration and focus at this point. Mark that as a birdie on the card. So all the scores have been posted for round number 2, and look who is on top of the leaderboard, Frank.
Yeah, with 2 very solid rounds of golf. Key right now, just stay out of your own way and keep it up. The pressure will start to build. We know that as you get closer to the end of this tournament.
EA Sports, in association with the PGA Tour, proudly presents the start of the FedEx Cup playoffs. It's third round coverage of the Northeast Invitational. Always a pleasure to be along the coast of Maine, Lighthouse Point to be exact. Rich Lerner alongside Frank Novelo for EA Sports. Frank, this is sure to be another exciting day of golf out there. What are the challenges facing our players today?
The length of the golf course for a start, Rich. This golf course just under 7,700 yards. So it's one of the longest ones you'll play. And of course the cliffs, that's why it's called this, they certainly are in play. There is one double green out there, that's the 10th and the 13th hole, they share the same green. Lots of great design features, and you've got it on a prime day in great condition. So enjoy the round and make sure you feast on the vistas as well.
That appeared to be a good strike right there, Frank.
Oh, good. It's just towering. Look at that hanging in the sky.
That's a good start to the hole, right down the middle. The second shot now to the par 4. Frank, this one's offline.
There's rough and thick stuff over there.
You have to think he'll be happy with that, given that it looked like it was headed right for the rough.
Yeah, it looked like that was the only place it was going to finish. But, well, it's a little bit unexplainable. Let's see what he does from here now. Lucky break.
On the way. Headed for home and in. What a tremendous putt. Frank, who are the best putters you've ever seen, and what did they do that made them so effective?
Well, there was always the Crenshaws that putted beautifully, but the best when it comes down to it, the Tiger Woodses and the Jack Nicklauses, the ones that made them when they had to.
Good swing, good shot yet again. Second shot coming out of the rough here. Oh, looked like he caught a flyer right there, Frank.
Well, I don't know what he caught, but this is way too much.
Just averted danger right there. So close.
Why does he have all the luck?
13 feet away. In for par. Now the third hole here at Lighthouse Point, par 5, 566 yards. Well, this one has a chance to be really good. Pretty good drive here.
Another straight one.
Well, that is a really good tee shot right there, Frank.
I think that tipped the 300-yard mark. Second shot.
And it makes the green in regulation. Settles in over the putt. So, Frank, what do you think of the start so far?
Rock solid. Very impressed.
Fourth hole, and looking for a quality start. It's 411 yards and a par 4.
No fairway bunkers or bunkers really to contend with here. Cliffs to the left and also water on that side. But one of the wider fairways on this front side made up for by a very small green.
And he's set up for his second shot here, looking to knock it on the green. Seems to like it. Looks like it's headed for the green. That's an outstanding shot right there, and it sets up a really good look at birdie. This is a 9-footer. Man,
I just pushed it.
Boy, that hurts. Putt for par. He needs one. So has the par. Moving on to the next hole in the lead, Frank is very much intact. Now at the 5th hole, it's a par 4. Frank, what are we in store for?
Well, it's very easy to get lulled into a false sense of security here, Rich. No fairway bunkers, you sort of think you would blaze away. But really, you've got to find the fairway here. Very small green and well protected by that bunker short and right of this green. So if you miss the fairway, this hole becomes very difficult indeed quite quickly. Oh, that's fine.
It is a windy day out here, Frank. My hat just blew off. This is going to affect the player's shots, that's for sure. Well, he's going to have to hit the same club a lot harder or just hit another one.
Well, this is not heading in the right direction.
Well, it looks like it's going to be in the rough. So the second of the par 4 goes begging, and now I'll have to rely on the short game.
Yeah, but a short game, as we all know, can redeem a lot of mistakes. See if he does it here.
And he's made the green. And getting ready for the putt. Frank, amazing how this hole has gotten away.
Yeah, he's not Robinson Crusoe. Happened to everybody that's played this game. In this situation, Richard, bogey's not all that bad. Still has the lead.
Now at the 6th hole, it's a par 3, just under 200 yards. Where's the challenge here, Frank?
Well, you've got to love that bunker on the left side, Rich, especially because it's shaped like a letter L. Got to fly that. Green's not too deep. So really the challenge is trying to flight that ball in amongst the breeze should it kick up.
Put a birdie on the card here yesterday, don't forget. This hole's been good to him. Birdie yesterday, trying for another one today. Oh, yeah, he's made it for a birdie. Now to the 7th hole here at Lighthouse Point. Frank, we all love the shorter par 4s.
There's so many decisions to be made here at 7. You look at the scorecard, it's not very long, but when you start to flash your driver down that right side, you'll notice that fairway gets very narrow. So the decision is really that's the prudent play or not. From there, it's just a short iron in, and you should be looking at birdie.
Frank, that ball's sitting up like it's on plush carpeting.
Rich, if you and I had lies like that every time, we'd still be playing this game for a living.
Frank, really good chance from this position to make a birdie.
Yeah, really the only thing he's looking at right now is the flag. This is a green light special. This looks like it's going to find the target.
So a chance for birdie after another solid approach shot. Frankie took plenty of time on this birdie putt. He looked at it from 3 different angles. He forgot one very important ingredient.
Yeah, pace. You can definitely fall in love with the line, even with approach shots as well, but obviously we see it more on putting.
And he has it.
A good putt redeems all.
Now another par 3. We're at the 8th. Frank, it's only 165 yards.
It is, but when you look at the green, you can see how narrow it is. Actually, the green is nearly a figure 8, so it's obviously the right number hole. Bunker's sort of short leftish and that little pocket area on the right, so it'll punish anything left or right, even though the hole's just that meager yardage.
It's a pretty good shot. That ball settles in about 13 feet away.
You'd like to think unlucky for some, but birdie putt coming up.
Been pretty good all day from this distance, just trying to take care of business. He's made it. Well, a bit unusual. A third par 3 now on this front side. We're at the 8th. It's 165 yards, Frank.
And this par 3 looks nothing like the previous two. Heads towards the edge of the cliff there. Long green, almost a figure 8 or an hourglass shape. Bunkers left and right. Going to have to be straight here.
That's a good spot right there.
Center cut.
Not a single weakness today. What a performance. He just blasted that one down the fairway. Out there about 325 yards. Second from an excellent lie.
Whoop, this is taken off on a weird line.
And it's going to be in the rough, it looks like. Into the thick stuff. That's a difficult lie. He'll need to be strong with this. Safely aboard. Just an amazing display. The records continue to fall. Well, that was a nearly flawless performance on the front side, but Frank, we know it's an 18-hole game, isn't it?
That's right. Now's not the time to pat yourself on the back.
Now on the 10th hole here at the Cliffs at Lighthouse Point as we begin our trek homeward here at this magnificent golf course. This one puts a little fear into you, Frank. I'm looking at a par 4, and it's almost 600 yards. Help.
Help, you're going to need it, that's for sure. And one of the things they've done to help you is a big elevated tee, so that'll at least chew some of the yardage off. Hopefully the prevailing breeze is also at your back, which might shorten that number up. Pretty generous fairway. Try and take those bunkers out of play with the big hefty club. And when you get on the green, you're going to realize there's 2 greens here, Rich. 10 shares the same green as 13.
That is a fantastic long shot.
There's no way he could hit that without a tail breeze. Surely that breeze had to help there.
Frank, this is a position where a player is absolutely licking his chops here. Good chance to make a birdie.
Yeah, this is when this game just looks like fun. Bunkers don't seem to be in play. The only thing you're really looking at right now is just the flag.
Stuck the follow-through right there. This could be really good. Solid play, heart of the green. See if he can go one better than yesterday when he made par. This putt for birdie. Did a nice job with that putt. Good read, good speed. Really not much to this. The only issue would be a lack of concentration or focus. Oh, I thought he had that. Boy, that hurts right there, Frank.
Yeah, he's got to knuckle down now, though, because, you know, we've seen it before, Rich. 2 putts turn into 3, 4. So make sure you can limit the damage here.
Bad news is, Frank, that's a bogey, but the good news, still has the lead.
Can't afford another, though.
Now we go to the 11th hole, and this is a par 5, but it's actually shorter than the par 4 10th. This one comes in at 530 yards, and more evidence of the kind of creativity by the award-winning design team of Patel and Duncan.
Well, that's right. Patel really is known to be the shaper. He's the one that makes all those interesting shapes of the bunkers. For example, here, nipping it in the fairway, making driver almost too much club or very, very risky, plus the front bunker there. Now, this is a great par 5. The reason why, it's reachable, it's tempting, but you don't know what you're going to finish up shooting on it.
Playing his second shot here at the par 5. And a chance for eagle after that perfectly played shot.
Now it's at sneaky distance.
Well, Frank, this is just an absolute bludgeoning right now. An eagle and the lead widens. Moving on to the 12th hole now. Par 4, 439 yards. Not quite what he wanted. Tee shot is in the bunker. Frank, just a slight miss off the tee. He's in the fairway bunker.
Yeah, just really got to pick the right club once again. Sometimes you take a little bit more club out of the fairway bunker, choke down.
His second shot. Well, this one should be safely on deck here. Boy, I'm reminded of what an old caddy used to say about the great Lanny Watkins when he was on fire. You can't hide the flagstick from that man. This one just requires a little bit of focus. Continues to amaze. Yet another birdie, and what a day it's been. Now to the 13th hole, and Frank, this could make you quake in your soft spikes. 702 yards, par 5. It might be a par 6 or a 7.
Well, I think a few people probably will make 6 or 7 here. You're right. This is a rarity in golf, 700 yards. So forget about any thought of even getting close to this par 5 and 2. Plus, just to add insult to injury, the 2 bunkers off the tee are perfectly placed. They're about 298 yards, smack bang in the middle of that. I doubt you can get past those, but you need a good drive, really, to try and leave yourself a short third shot.
So this is the third shot to the par 5. That is how it's done right there. What an approach shot. Shouldn't be a problem here.
Rich, that just adds insult to injury to the rest of the field. Another birdie, and the gap even wider.
A sensational performance. Frank, he is one of the longest hitters in the game, but at some point you have to hit a fairway.
Yeah, he's certainly not the straightest. I think that was the bit you're going to put in the middle.
How about that shot? From that lie to get it that close, tremendous effort. 8-foot putt here. That's a nice confidence builder right there. You make those for par, and you keep things steady. The round continues at Lighthouse Point, and Frank, the 15th hole is a par 4, only 387 yards.
Not look like the same player we saw earlier in the day.
I don't recognize
Right now.
Well, that's the beauty of this game. You stay with it. It's 18 holes. You keep fighting, and you can put a score on the card. Really good putt. Nice putt. Count it. Final par 3 on the backside. It's the 16th, 241 yards. Time to make a move as we are in the finishing stretch here.
When you give the scorecard a cursory look, you might think 240-something yards is a difficult hole, but this plays quite a bit downhill, so it plays more around the 200-yard mark. A fairly generous green, protected by the bunker. Now, this is not heading in the right direction.
No, it looks like it's going to be in the rough.
He missed a fairway. It's off, rough.
Shot now from the rough. Frank, what's he facing?
Well, the lie first and foremost. If it's sitting down, then obviously you're not going to get a very good contact. Nothing wrong with coming up a little bit short of the green. Problem is turning one mistake. Good solid stroke there. No sign of nerves on that.
17th hole is another par 5 over 600 yards. You get a terrific view of Juniata Crossway Bridge just ahead. And Frank, if you jump over that bridge, you can get a dynamite lobster roll at Nielsen's Lobster Shack. I don't know if you've ever had it.
Oh,
but
it's one of the best.
It just adds to sort of the charm of this area. But what a hole this is.
S-shaped par 5. You can see it bending to the right off the tee, and then the hole starts to go the other way with magnificent view of the bridge you're just referring to. Reachable for the longest hitters, but once again, avoid the bunkers, and they're all down the right side. That's an absolute beauty.
Frank, really good chance from this position to make a birdie.
Yeah, really the only thing he's looking at right now is the flag. This is a green light special. There's straight, there's slightly offline, there's crooked, and there's that.
That's bad. Well, this is a humbling game, isn't it, Frank?
Well, shots like that, not to be proud of.
And he's made it onto the green now. Didn't fare too well on this hole yesterday. Made a bogey. That is a solid par putt. Well, at last we're at number 18, and Frank, I have really enjoyed this golf course. And now when you see the lighthouse in the distance, It really makes it that much more special.
It is. The beacon will always take you home. And speaking of home, this finishing hole, it bends to the left. A good tee shot will somehow find the fairway and just leave you a short iron in. And, of course, you make 3 here, and then that smile's going to light up like a beacon. Long and straight.
That's how you do it. And wow, that is a monster drive down there, about 315 yards. That'll be from about 90 yards away. This won't hurt him, Frank.
Just a little left of the flag. That's fine.
Great way to finish off the final approach shot with a birdie opportunity. Birdie here yesterday. This putt again for birdie. Just an amazing display. The records continue to fall. Frank, in golf, there's nothing quite like the final round of a hotly contested championship, and this one could be a doozy.
And there's nothing quite like that leaderboard I'm looking at right now. We are going to have some amazing golf. This one is going to have to be won.
EA Sports, in association with the PGA Tour, proudly presents the start of the FedEx Cup playoffs. Today, it's live final round coverage of the Northeast Invitational. Hello again and welcome. Rich Lerner alongside my colleague Frank Nobilo here today calling the action from the cliffs at Lighthouse Point. And Frank, this course features some breathtaking scenery.
It certainly does, Rich. Changes of elevation, and it's in phenomenal shape. We've got to send our thanks out to the superintendent, Peyton Duncan, who's got the course exact. New England.